Hey friends, normally I'd say this stall on your TV, but right now we gotta pull up a coffee, gotta sit back and discuss what happened last night. Normally we also don't do post games the day after in the evening, but again, this one is a special exception when the Oilers get absolutely dummied, unlike anything us Oilers fans have seen in a long time. Obviously, to sum it up best, I've seen teams not show up to play the game. I've seen teams not be able to compete with the other team. Quite honestly, I have not seen this Edmonton Oilers team do what they did last night in the manner of which they did last night ever in my life, I don't think. Honestly, I don't think I've ever watched the Oilers walk onto the ice, come out and play 5 minutes of good hockey, and then just get smacked around in every single category from there on out. Today, Jay Woodcroft said, yeah, you know what? We've learned from our mistakes, right? We talked about the effort level. We talked about going more in, and obviously that's not up to par. Like, we got to be better. Come on, guys. What was that, right? All the fancy talk to get us hyped up for Saturday. And here's the thing. For those of you that are sitting here now a minute and a half in with me and you're saying, Tyson, it's one game. Don't worry about it. I'm not. Quite honestly, right? You saw even when that seventh goal went in last night, I was laughing, smiling about it because at that point it just becomes unbelievable. And I mean, an 8-goal dummying in the first game of the season, it means nothing, right? The Canucks can win the first one and go on to lose the next 81. The Oilers can lose the first one and go on to win the next 81. That's how the NHL works. So there's nothing worth getting bent out of shape about. But I mean, you got to have a sense of humor here and just laugh at how absolutely ugly this hockey game was from the Edmonton Oilers. Evident on the first goal against through the eighth goal against, just how bad the effort, the game, just everything for the Oilers was last night. It was a complete goaltending, defensive, offensive, team meltdown. Coaching staff, general manager, anybody that was involved with anything that went on for that 60 minutes between the Canucks and Oilers last night, it was a complete meltdown on their part. It was, my goodness, I have not watched anything even remotely like that as an Oilers fan in years. And we've watched some terrible Oilers teams over the course of those years. It was a bad time. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. You laugh it off. You get back to it. And we go look forward to what is going to be an absolutely big time blast down there for the home opener between the Oilers and Canucks on Saturday. Obviously, I leave for Edmonton tomorrow night, right? Leave work at 4:35 o'clock and boot up the QE2 and get on my way to Edmonton. Oh, that's going to be a good time. But I do want to talk about what happened last night a little bit too. You see in the thumbnail there that quote from Rick Tocchet about Thatcher Demko. The Oilers literally got one goal past a guy that was battling the flu, and it got so bad, he got so dehydrated that he threw up in his mask and had to leave the hockey game. That's why I say you just got to laugh about last night because, I mean, you can be as bad as you possibly want. But if a goalie who by the third period is throwing up in his own hockey mask is part of the reason you can't change the momentum of the hockey game, there was no hope from the start, right? That's the worst part is you just got to look at it from puck drop. Yes, the Oilers had a good first 4 or 5 minutes. The compete level was there. They were skating, pressuring the Canucks. They were like 4-0 in shots right out of the gate. It looked like, hey, this is the team we came to watch tonight. And then it fell off. But Thatcher Demko, to his credit, had a marvelous game. I mean, yeah, patented one-timer from the right side from Leon Draisaitl beats him for a goal. But I mean, still, it don't matter. I don't need to look at saves. I don't need to look at save percentage. Thatcher Demko was on his stuff last night and still had to leave early because he puked in his hockey mask. You can't make it up. You literally can't make this stuff up. That's the craziest part of everything out of it to me, is that the Oilers somehow, someway found a way to lose to a guy that probably shouldn't have even started the hockey game. Okay. Okay. Now, the Oilers do that all the time. Don't get me wrong. That's proven history over this 5 years of me doing this thing. But it is just absolutely wild that we saw that crap of an effort, and then we get that quote from Rick Talk at postgame, and that's the update you get. Okay. Nope, that's literally it. All right, it's not even a real postgame. It's nothing analyzing anything. It's just, I saw that today while I was at work, and it's like, we were not meant to win that hockey game at all. I mean, literally, if the man made one save at all, he was going to win the hockey game at that point, and he did. He stopped a couple shots, and still managed to throw open his hockey mask. Okay, no, but again, friends, this is a little sarcastic at best as well. It's just, there's no need to panic about game one. I think, you know what, I saw multiple tweets about how important a dummying in game one of the season is going to be at the end of the year when you're lifting Stanley Cup, right? If you can look back and say, that's where we started, this is where we are, that's a pretty good tale to start the story. So that's the nice part. Now we got somewhere to build off of and go from, right? You don't want to be dummying everybody like Boston did last year and then lose to that upstart Florida Panthers team and look like an absolute joke. Force two guys into retirement early. Well, you know what? Let's not be those guys. Let's have some kind of other path to the cup. Yeah, the Oilers might dummy the rest of the season, but at least we didn't dummy game one and get expectations blown out of the water first game. So now all of a sudden we're starting from zero. In fact, possibly lower than zero. So that's not a bad thing. Friends, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thanks for being aboard with me. Like I said, there's really not much to cover today. I think Dylan Holloway is going to be in the lineup, so there's nothing there. We haven't made an emergency recall. End of the day, get down to Rogers Place on Saturday. It's going to be fun no matter what. Patrick and I will be there. Let's hang out. Let's get some stuff going and enjoy a great weekend of hockey in the Heart Oil Country, Edmonton, Alberta, and the Ice District Plaza. Friends, have a good one. I'm up on out of here.